Heat right out of the nation's capital. Coach, the Heat did not appear ready to start this ball game. They've been sloppy with 6 turnovers and almost defenseless.
It looks like we're mentally fatigued, once we hit the floor. And whatever is stopping us from getting motivated, we have to kind of throw that behind and not allow us to get content on what we need to do, and that's to get better.
We've been saying this about the Eastern Conference all year long. Way too premature to evaluate so many of these teams because you don't know where they'll be in the spring.
Teams they love to go against us. They love to see where they are in the season when they play against us, and we're not accepting the challenge right now. It's that simple.
You just have to have a better frame of mind going into the game, and just have that aggression. Just have that chip on our shoulder.
I think what it has done, Coach, is set off an alarm. You cannot ignore the defensive slippage this team has encountered.
We've always had this point. I don't know why we love to do this. Since I've been here in my 4 years, we had a point where we just was not that good, and then we just clicked. And, if this is the moment, then, we need to click right now.
We have to own it. I mean, you can't just slide this one under the rug. That won't benefit us.
There's always cliches, wake-up calls, and all this stuff. But the fact of the matter is you either get it done or you don't. We have to have resolve. And this is a point, I think, that we have to have it and show character and, bounce back from it.
That's right, triple comeback trying to snap a streak Friday night in the city of brotherly love as the Heat. Boy, would they love to snap a very rare thing for them tonight, a 3-game losing streak. How about a bounce back? How rare is that streak? Well, it's the first for Miami in 2 years. Heat and 76ers coming your way right here on Sun Sports. Coming your way right now, Chris Bosh, John, ready to go.
It looks strong there. Look at that nice stylish outfit. Got the hat on, too. Protect those ears.
Try to protect the ears of LeBron with the same theme. LeBron obviously not happy the other night. Owned up to this team's 3-game losing streak. And Dwayne Wade, happy birthday, Mr. Wade.
32 years old right there, young.
The Heat's first defeat this season came here in the city of Philadelphia. Now with 3 straight losses on the road, the defending champions are determined to stop their skid here in Philadelphia. Welcome inside the Wells Fargo Center. Tonight, the second of 3 games between the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. And we always hope you enjoy every bounce and basket right along with us. Well, the Heat take the floor here at Wells Fargo. And we remind you that Heat basketball on Sun Sports every night. Presented by AT&T Uverse. LeBron James and the Heat are ready.
You have a lot of options like the Heat have on a normal night. You keep going to that option.
Turnover on the 76ers. They're second to the game. Look at LeBron. Oh, my. The runway cleared for a King James takeoff and slam.
He knew at half court what he was going to get there. You could see it coming. Nobody was taking away his path to the basket. So when he saw it at half court, he put on the afterburners, beat 3 or 4 white shirts to the basket. Watch it again. From coast to coast. LeBron James, right into your living room. Throw it down, big guy. Heat with a 7.
Lauderdale, you'll hear interviews from the Heat locker room done by Jax and Eric Spoelstra's post-game press conference. LeBron James with the steal. And the Heat have the ball and the 15-point lead.
Boy, does a coach hate that. Call a timeout, set up a play, and get a turnover.
Well, there were plenty of empty seats before the game began. You should see this place now as LeBron flushes it down off the dish from Bosh. A 10-point fourth quarter.
They win basketball games like this.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they really did a great job of communicating, being very active and focused on what their assignments were individually in terms of who they were guarding. They understood the weaknesses and the strengths of each of the players, and then they executed as a team in great rhythm. They were able to hold Philadelphia just 37% shooting. They forced 23 turnovers, scoring 25 points off those turnovers. That's amazing production there. And, they wound up holding some of the key players, particularly Michael Carter-Williams, to just 7 points. He had 5 turnovers, and a lot of that credit has to go to Mario Chalmers, who got help from his teammates but played very well one-on-one with the star rookie.
Again, the stats point to Miami's defense. And, John, you saw the energy from the front as we look right now at tonight's game summary brought to you by Esurance.
Of spreading the ball around, so many different people were involved. When you look at the numbers, again, LeBron James led the way with 10 assists, but you had 5 different players with 3 assists or more. So it wasn't just LeBron. It was Mario Chalmers, who in his first game back was great with 5 assists and only 1 turnover. We had Chris Bosh with 4 assists from his power forward spot. And how about Ray Allen? Didn't shoot the ball well, but he had 5 assists. So overall, the ball movement was outstanding. They made the extra pass to get wide open shots.
And the shots in particular, the assists John mentioned about, you see a number like 30, John. And again, where I said earlier that it looked like they came out with energy defensively, they also seemed to come out and say to themselves, we need to move the ball better. It was evident from the start.
Yeah, it was. And look, for whatever reason with this team, being comfortable in the offensive end, making plays, getting to that open area. Look at the tap in here, the hustle play. Then out on the perimeter, getting to the open area where the passers can find him. He was 3 of 7 beyond the arc, finishes with 13 points, had 4 boards, and then the all-important defense. Look at this block here, helping his teammates, and he does a great job leading the team in charges. Here's one of them here. Having him out of the lineup these last 3 games, he did play in the last game, but the 2 losses before that, I think having him back's a big factor to help in the defense.
How about Mario Chalmers? You know, John, you were just a couple of weeks ago talking about how consistent of a player he was becoming, and then he got hurt, and then we saw the consistency again tonight.
Yeah, he got right back into it. This is his first game back, had 10 points, 5 assists, only 1 turnover. Look at this beautiful pass setting up Chris Bosh, and he had the toughest defensive assignment on the floor, having to guard Michael Carter-Williams, who's the star rookie guard for the Sixers. He held him to 1 for 7 shooting, forced him in 5 turnovers. That's a big-time defensive assignment, and he got some help from his team, obviously, but these 2 guys back in the lineup are a huge reason why the Heat, I think, played a much better defensive game than they have. Much bigger guy in terms of size at 7 feet, slower of foot, and Bosh took advantage. He used that jump shot. We've seen that mid-range jump shot. Hawes playing off him. He knows he can't guard him off the drive. And then when he had to help out and try to guard Rio on pick and rolls, Bosh was able to get cutting down the middle. He went down inside when they put the smaller players on him in terms of blocking out, again, the mid-range jumper. So really understood when he had the mismatch, what to take advantage of from the other player very, very well. Scored 25 points, had 6 rebounds, had 4 assists, setting up his teammates, too, from that power forward center position. How about the blocks? That's an all-time high since joining the Heat, and he anchored the back of the defense. He seemed to cover a lot of times when there were a few breakdowns. He was over there making that key block.
8-11, the Sixers fall to 13-26. A good night of work for the 2-time defending NBA champion.
The planets are back in alignment, Eric. Everything's fine. Until tomorrow night. Now you got to do it again.
Yeah, Chris Bosh with a little post-game signature as we await Chris's arrival. Excuse me, it was LeBron signing the young man's jersey. Chris Bosh awaiting his arrival in the Sun Sports Winner Circle. Bosh goes 11 for 18 tonight for his 25 points. Let's go to Jax downstairs.
Eric, thank you very much. Chris, still having a nice little conversation with Coach Fizdale. Chris, first of all, you guys have worked hard over the last few days to give a full 48 like that. Of the work that you've done, what did we see manifest into this victory?
We just wanted to play, like you say, a full 48. We wanted to play hard, and we wanted to really get back to the basics, really getting up and into this team, and making them work for everything. And we forced a lot of turnovers. We still had some mistakes on the boards, which is going to be normal because we're flying around so much. But I think we just have to get back to doing what we do and, do it well.
You did it well, particularly on both ends of the floor. First, defensively, 5 blocks, most that you've had in a Heat uniform. No one's half the battle, my man. And now that you do know, tell us what you were trying to impose on the Sixers offense.
We'll just challenge everything at the rim, making sure I make it tough on everybody. And that's really it. I mean, sometimes the game just happens like that. But I'm the backside guy on the defensive end for this team. I have to clean everything up. And, when we're up and in the guys, sometimes they're going to go by them. Sometimes. But when that does happen, I just want to make sure I'm there to help my team out.
And finally, you guys haven't shied away from what was the issue when you guys were losing games. Now it's an issue of stringing it together, and you have this opportunity immediately with a back-to-back as we head to Charlotte.
Well, I mean, it's difficult. Doing what we do is difficult. It's not easy winning a championship. It's not easy defending a championship. And sometimes things are going to happen. But it's not about
what happens. It's how you respond. And we have a chance to respond well right now. And, you know, wear ascots on Fridays, and we'll be all right, man.
Listen, there is a future in this wrap around your neck. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'll tell you.
Chris Bosh, thank you for the time. We appreciate it. All right.
Adrian, I love you, baby.
In Philadelphia with the Adrian shout like Rocky. I love it, Mrs. Bosh. You got the love with a cinematic flair. 101-86, the final. Number one in your heart. Number one in the program. Number one scorer on the night. I have run out of number one indications to share with you. So we're going to go to break in 6 seconds and come back. Miami Heat basketball.
Philadelphia, 101-86 the final. If you want to watch a replay of tonight's game, turn to Sun Sports tonight at midnight. And tomorrow at noon, Heat basketball, as we mentioned, returns to Sun Sports tomorrow when the Heat take on those Charlotte Bobcats. John and I will be back for Heat Live, delivered by Papa John, starting at 7. This has been a presentation of Sun Sports, your exclusive home of Miami Heat basketball. My partner, John Crotty. I'm Will Manso saying thanks for watching. You enjoy the win. Now enjoy the final take.
No second chances. We live tonight like tomorrow. Y'all in. Yeah. Word up. Yeah. What up though? Keep a little drink in my cup so just in case they wanna get cutthroat, I'm waking them up so better start acting like you know so. From the back of the line to the front door. You was talking all loud, now you a no-show. We be rocking worldwide, you a local. Word to my vocal, you look like you broke though. Here's a little money, sonny, you should buy a whole float. Tonight is tomorrow. Don't talk about it, be about it. We live tonight like